How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we are going over the second part of the fixed blades for the testing that we're running for the rest of the year. The last 5 have come in. So I have my notebook here. That is disgusting. That's like old food. I have my notebook here. I have all of the specs written down, so we'll go over them real quick, just like we did in the first part. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, we go over like 24 knives that we are testing this year. I'll try to remember to put a link down below to that first part, but the last couple blades came in, so we're going to talk about those, and then we can get to testing starting tomorrow, I think. So let's get into this. We have the Scrawny Lumberjack Splinter, which you guys saw in part 1. If you watched it, we have another one of these that is actually identical to this one. It's in 10V. This one is in 1095. And we are testing the 2 identical knives in different steels for a read on old school simple carbon steel versus new age super steel, I guess. I also have a video way more in depth on that whole ordeal, but this is the 1095 Splinter. This is 5 thou BTE. We've got 1095 blade steel at 62 HRC with a best score of 94, 18 degrees per side, and 3/30 seconds blade stock. Beautiful piece by the Scrawny Lumberjack. He probably does some of the best edges I've ever seen in my life. Gorgeous, gorgeous work by Kyle. And the Splinter is a beautiful EDC design. Probably, again, one of the most comfortable knives I've ever held. It's very much contoured to the human hand. And this one is in some type of rag micarta with copper lanyard hole, I should say, copper pin there, all blasted orange liners. This is a beautiful one, extremely comfortable. Check out Kyle's work over at the Scrawny Lumberjack, really good guy. Next up we have the Northern Knife Works Mink. This is a design that I have created with Levi over at Northern Knife Works. We're actually dropping a batch of these on Friday the 17th. This is 12 thou BTE crew wear at 64 HRC with a full flat grind. I don't know the degrees per side on this. 0.15 for a blade stock thickness. I wish I had my little assistant with me today. It would make things much easier. Nikki's in the first video helping, kind of showcasing the knives as I talk about the specs, but we have these dropping on the 17th in some beautiful Sloan Rich Light and dark acid wash, just like this one, but stunning pieces. This is doing incredibly well in my testing so far, and it is also in the lineup. So Northern Knife Works Mink. Next up we have the BGM Knives Mini Spade. Very cool. This one is double hollow ground. This one is 22 thou BTE. Double hollow, like I said, M4 at 62 to 63 HRC, and 0.15 for blade stock thickness. This is a beater of a knife. Really excited to test this M4, which you can see has already picked up some mild rusting just from shipping here. He did spray it, but it still came with a little bit of corrosion, so that'll be interesting. But this is just a tank of a little knife. Love the Mini Spade. And then we have the 2 Adistos from Primitive Bear Knives. So this is the Gen 1, and this one is in 80 CRV2 blade steel, 33 thou BTE, very, very thick. Very thick. Full flat grind, as you can see, rock textured scales. This one is 60 to 62 HRC with 0.13 for a blade stock thickness. Very cool. But the moment that we got this for the testing, Alan literally that same day had revised the design and he made the Gen 2, which I think is actually very cool. A little more pointy at the tip, a little more streamlined, as you can see. Otherwise it's the same. Handle is the same. But this one is in crew wear. And this one is 30 thou BTE, crew wear at 63 to 64 HRC. Really like that he runs that nice and high for us. And 0.15 for a blade stock thickness. I love Alan's work. These scales are made by Under the Bridge, I think it's called. But just look at how gorgeous those are. We've got like butterscotch. I would figure that's G10, some type of G10 segment there. Natural micarta, all rock textured. Beautiful natural micarta liners. Just one of the most beautiful knives I've ever even seen in my life. But that is the lineup for the testing. I stated in part 1 that a few other blades will trickle in throughout the year. We'll document the specs on those as they come through, but I think there are like 5 or 6, and I honestly think that as people see the testing and how it's going, they'll probably want to donate more knives. That's kind of what's been happening so far, is like people hear, or I should say makers hear about the test, and how it's going to go about, and then they end up wanting to donate a blade for the testing. So we might even have more that come in than anticipated, but we have at least 5 more blades coming in throughout the rest of the year, trickling in for that testing. But these are the knives that we have on hand right now. It's a total of like at least 30 knives, I think. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. But those are all the specs, and I think that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget about the drop on these. We're already working on a 3rd design, which will be a Nitro V, a big camp knife. I'm really excited about that. That one will be like close to 10 inches, just a huge, you know, beater of a knife. But this is a really good outdoor utility knife with that full flat grind and the 12 thou BTE. This has just been awesome to use so far. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. I will see you on the next video. I love you so much, fam. Take care.